From the German perspective, oh, across the ocean where the stars glow, different colors, same flow, German eyes on US sky.
Welcome to the German Perspective, where we pick news from German sources about American events. Today's topic: Trump's immunity decision, dark day for American democracy. Donald Trump's plan seems to be working. The immunity decision at the Supreme Court pushes the U.S. further towards autocracy. The true victory for Donald Trump at the American Supreme Court happened months ago, when the judges at the Supreme Court in Washington decided to even take up his immunity case. It was clear the charges that the former president actually has to face will likely be delayed through this legal detour until after the election in November. Today's decision by the Supreme Court, which is predominantly composed of conservative judges, reinforces this effect by granting Donald Trump partial immunity specifically for actions he took officially as presidential acts. They complicate ongoing proceedings, particularly for the indictment over Trump's alleged responsibility for the storming of the Capitol on January 6. This ruling makes the situation extremely difficult. In reality, this partial immunity is essentially absolute immunity for actions taken officially. But what exactly was a presidential action in January 2021, and, according to the Supreme Court judges, still protected by immunity today? What was potentially criminal, private behavior? Was Trump's hours-long hesitation to send a message to his supporters a private act? Or was he waiting as president? Delay and prevent until the now responsible federal court in Washington has untangled these imposed nuances. Several more months are likely to pass. If Donald Trump eventually wins the presidential election against Joe Biden in the fall, he could also move to dismiss this case. Once again, shows how far the long arm of Donald Trump reaches from his first term. By being able to appoint a total of 3 judges to the Supreme Court, he cemented the majority for many years at a 6-to-3 ratio. The highly controversial rollback of previous abortion jurisprudence was already attributed to Trump and his conservative judges. Donald Trump's seeds are bearing fruit. Apart from his daily, noisy statements, his agenda is quietly making its way through the institutions of American democracy. Trump and his team skillfully exploit the gaps in the nearly 250-year-old U.S. Constitution to block the system. America urgently needs necessary reforms, such as term limits for Supreme Court judges. Instead, Trump's Make America Great Again movement is pushing democracy towards autocracy, and it's succeeding even outside his term. The transformation of the rule of law proceeds. Donald Trump makes no secret of his further plans. He has already announced that if he wins in the fall, he will specifically use the judiciary to pursue his political opponents. Ironically, he intends to carry out exactly the accusation he makes against Joe Biden and the Democrats. Strictly interpreted, Trump could even use today's ruling to officially have a political opponent killed without facing consequences. At least, that's the fear of many critics of this decision. Trump has plans that are familiar from countries like Russia, Hungary, Turkey, or Poland. First, the courts that are supposed to protect the Constitution are restructured so that they are no longer obstacles. Then, the media are muzzled and made compliant. Then, power is cemented. There are already plans to explore further constitutional loopholes. Trump's supporters want to ensure that Trump can not only govern for another 4 years if he wins, but also beyond that. The noose around the freedom of American democracy is tightening further. Slowly and almost silently, today's decision by the Supreme Court judges is another crucial step in this direction. The president now stands above the law like a king, wrote Sonia Sotomayor, one of the remaining liberal judges at the Supreme Court, in her own commentary on the ruling. She fears nothing less than for democracy. America is taking another step towards autocracy today. This video was generated using artificial intelligence. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more updates. See you next time. What we see from our own light shapes opinion, shapes the might.
Through the wall of screens we know, news and stories come and go. With a touch of doubt we show, connecting worlds with a flow.